Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today as we are going to talk about our digital marketing programs at the University of Vermont. We're so happy that you're able to join us. We're going to have a compact half hour and leave plenty of time for your questions, and I will do my best to monitor your questions throughout the presentation. Please add them to the chat box at any point. I'll keep an eye on those and ask them to our presenters, and then we'll have plenty of time at the end to make sure that we've gotten to all of your questions today. I'm going to go over introductions in just a moment. We are going to talk about digital marketing skills in demand right now. If you're here, you're likely either in the digital marketing field or want to get into the field or perhaps move up in the field. So we'll talk about what skills people are looking for out there today, and then the programs that we have at UVM to help you to get there as well. And we'll talk about, we have 3 different levels of digital marketing programs at UVM, which is new as well. We've always had our digital marketing fundamentals, so now we have more offerings to bring you to the career that you're looking for in digital marketing. So we'll go over that in just a few minutes. My name is Nicola Willie-Fenton. I'm our Content Marketing Manager at the University of Vermont's Continuing and Distance Education Department, and I'm really glad that you're here. Also joining us is Mr. Christopher Hill. Chris is one of our instructors in our Digital Marketing Fundamentals. He is liaison with all of our students, so he hears it all, sees it all in terms of what's happening in the digital marketing world and the questions and aspirations that many of our students have. Chris works at Georgia, a creative and digital marketing firm in Georgia called Pure Red, and he works with clients on all matters of digital marketing and consults on design, SEO, paid, advertising. He certainly knows his field in digital marketing. And we're so happy to have one of our new instructors with us, Nick Mattar, joining us from Wayne State University in Detroit in the School of Business. He owns a digital marketing training and education company as well called Digital Detroit, and he's got some information for us about what are the remote job skills that people are looking for in digital marketing as well. And he's working on a textbook that we will look forward to seeing hopefully in the near future. Nick, thank you so much for being with us today. Okay, let's dive in. As I mentioned, add those questions to the chat box. This session is being recorded. We will share it out with you afterwards and with anyone who has RSVP'd. So what is happening out there today in terms of skills needed in digital marketing? You're seeing a lot of social media. You're seeing a lot of project management as well, being able to move those projects forward in digital marketing. Social media coordinators, search engine marketing managers as well, and Nick will share with us in a few minutes, data analytics. How do you take the information that you're seeing and communicate it and know what to do with that information is really one of the big skill sets that we're seeing today as well. And then what are some of the more detailed skills that are growing in the field as well, and the different channels that continue to grow? Instagram seems to be continuing to grow. I would put TikTok on there as well. I think that that's a channel that many of us need to embrace and feel comfortable getting to know, because it isn't just about funny dances. And also just thinking about, again, the skill sets needed to be able to analyze the information that you're seeing. It's that next level of strategy that people are looking for today. I want to start first with Christopher Hill. Chris, why don't you share with us a little bit? You see it from both sides. You see it from an educational perspective, working with our students in our fundamentals course, and you see it from a practical side, doing the work in digital marketing as well. What do you think's happening out there today, and what are the skill sets that people are looking for?
Thanks, Nicole. And I think what you said earlier about the project management aspect of everything is very key. There are a lot of, in my work, there are a lot of, there's a lot of connectivity that happens between all of the different, marketing channels, and having a fundamental knowledge of all of them and how they can kind of coexist, but also the differences and whatnot, and how you would market on each one is something that's very important. And I get that a lot with questions from students about asking, what is the most important? Is it going to be social? Is it going to be SEO? And the answer is having a knowledge of, generally how each one of those particular channels impacts a business and the brand is really what is key right now. There is a fundamental a practice of being able to take one piece of creative, for instance, and being able to use it on a display channel or on a website, or on a turning it into some sort of animation that you could use for TikTok and Reels. So having a general knowledge of all of these things, but also being able to put them into practice is something that has become very important in the workforce right now.
Absolutely. And I think, Nick, we're going to toss over to you. You have done some research recently, and I'll let you explain a little bit more, but thinking about it isn't just the positions in the office, because the world we're in today, let's talk about remote positions and the kinds of skill sets that are being required, or at least on that list, right, that are getting higher up on the list for remote positions. Nick, why don't you walk us through what you found?
Yeah, absolutely. So over the past couple of years, I've done some surveys of LinkedIn digital marketing positions. So these are positions that companies will post on LinkedIn for job seekers, specifically in the digital marketing realm. And so what I did this year is I narrowed my focus to be more about remote positions. These are jobs that can be done from anywhere, and the roles are all over the country in terms of where the company's based. I personally have posted a couple of internships online and on LinkedIn, and I've noticed that 75% of my recipients will be from outside of my immediate area, even outside of Michigan. And so I embarked on this little survey to figure out, okay, what exactly are these roles looking for, and is it different from the past? And the really interesting thing I have found is that just about every position, or close to 80%, is looking for some sort of analytics to be part of the job. Now, analytics is not usually the number one thing, and it's not usually the number 2 or 3 thing. But if you're looking at a bulleted list of job responsibilities, you're going to find analytics somewhere in the middle almost every time. And this really speaks to businesses' true need for more data-driven decision making, and that is being able to not only do the work. Obviously, you see some of the other things on here: SEO, knowing about digital marketing trends or advertising. Those are all skills that anybody can learn. Being able to then take those results, look at those analytics and metrics, and being able to turn those into future recommendations and improvements, that is really the difference, and really something that is pivotal to success in the job market right now. Now, if you look at the qualifications, we have the exact same situation where not quite as much, but over 75% of positions are looking for past experience in analytics as well. And I found this really interesting because you'll see, if you compare the two charts, analytics is one of only 2 things to appear on both. And that is, for me, really interesting because that just shows a true diversity of the roles and the positions. And also, that also shows that there's a great need for being well-versed in a variety of digital marketing techniques and strategies. But really, if there's one thing that you need to be able to do, it's being able to analyze, test, retest, and make updates based on your data to the digital marketing that you do on a regular basis. And so having a background in that, well, obviously a lot of you probably have not had that in the past. The programs that we offer here are a great way to really start building your resume and getting some background in analytics so that you can speak well to that in an interview and then be able to turn around and put it into practice when you're actually in the job.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much for that insight. I'm going to ask our participants today, if you feel comfortable putting in the chat, data analytics. How do you feel about that? Is that an area that you feel that you need more strength, or you feel strong in data analytics? I think it's an area that I always want to improve on. We also have a course a little bit outside the digital marketing field, but it's in our GIS certificate, and it's data visualization and communication. So how do you also interpret that data and communicate it? So incredibly important skill set that many digital marketers and beyond really are looking for. And Melissa said she needs more strength in analytics. Well, we have some programs for you, Melissa, so hang on. So I want to come back to Christopher as well. So as I mentioned before, Christopher works in a lead in a really a support role in addition to helping to instruct in our digital marketing fundamentals. So he is the liaison with so many of our students in digital marketing. And so he kind of knows the course inside and out. So Christopher, can you just walk us through, and of course not intending to read all of this, but just walk us through what is the goal of digital marketing fundamentals as we're thinking about the other tiers that we're going to talk about? What is the foundational knowledge that students gain from this program?
Absolutely. So we do touch on 7 different marketing channels, including SEO, display advertising, paid advertising, email, mobile marketing, social marketing, and I feel like I'm missing one more. But we touch on all of these channels, and we touch on them in a way that it's meant to build upon one another. We generally start with search engine optimization, and we talk about how to sort of evaluate whether the SEO work that you're doing is actually working or not. So to go back to Nick, we pretty much have analytics, and we discuss key performance indicators throughout that entire process. And all of this is to build up to a point where you feel comfortable actually putting together basically a marketing campaign for your final capstone project. You choose a brand, and you choose something that you want to do, like a goal, and then you basically take that goal and figure out a way to reach that goal, what we call a campaign. And there's a lot of different avenues you can take, but ideally you're able to put together a multi-channel campaign that actually helps you reach your goal, and display that in a visual and in a presentation sense in your capstone project. So you'll basically be leaving there with not just a fundamental knowledge of how all of these different marketing channels connect and can work, but you also leave with a tangible item in that capstone presentation that you can use for your own purposes, whether or not you chose a brand that you currently work for, or whether you are hoping to interview for a position and you have some ideas that you possibly want to share with that with the hiring manager of that brand yourself. So ideally, that's what you're going to be coming out of from this digital marketing fundamentals course.
Yeah, and showing that you put in the work and the time. If you're trying to move up in your company, or you're trying to get into this field, is so important. And this tangible asset that you can use for those interviews, for those opportunities to leverage that knowledge is really great. And so what Christopher was just talking about is a different channel. So it's SEO, and each week there's a deeper dive into SEO and pay-per-click and email and social analytics, mobile and display. So it goes through, again, that fundamental knowledge about all of these different channels. And just a little bit of the logistics of digital marketing fundamentals runs Wednesday through Tuesday. So the modules open up every single Wednesday. There are some live sessions. And they're recorded, of course, because not everybody can make a live session on Wednesday at 8 Eastern Standard Time. So they're always recorded. And there's a lot of interaction with students and with the faculty. And as Christopher was talking about, that capstone project. And I would say, 8 to 10 hours per week. It can vary, of course, but that's about what we have seen on average. Christopher, do you want to maybe give us a glimpse as to the live sessions? What are some of the things that go on in the live sessions?
Sure. Yeah, the live sessions are meant to be informative, but also interactive. Our weekly instructors basically talk. They hit the kind of the 3 main takeaways from each module, if you will. But we also, kind of discuss some other key points from any of the channels, if you like to. And we also have a lot of back and forth between the students and the instructors, and we try to provide a lot of insight, as well as a lot of additional resources. One of my co-instructors, Eric, is really great, about just sort of documenting all the resources, that do come up in each presentation, and sharing that with students too. So, it's a lot of It's a lot of learning and listening, but also a good time to air your questions if you have any from the different weeks of the modules that you're doing, but also to get some additional resources that can actually help you, not just with the course itself, but also with just other things in the digital marketing field too. So they're really fun. We like to keep them, around an hour. Sometimes the questions kind of go a little beyond that, but for the most part, we try to get everything inside of that time, and the recordings as well. Have the captions, and I believe also some of the questions that were typed in there as well. So again, it's a very very interactive and very informative as well.
Yeah, great. I've heard a lot of great things from those live sessions as well. And I think Jacqueline shared that she took the Digital Marketing Fundamentals back in 2019. So welcome back, Jacqueline. We're excited to share with you the different levels that we have as well to continue the conversation. I just wanted to share with Fundamentals, there's also the More Marketable You bonus module that is done with Eric Harbison, who helps people also find careers in digital marketing. I'm going to zip back over here just 1 second. I neglected to mention that the program has some great credentials behind it and accolades behind it as well. So we're just recently named one of the second online digital marketing program and one of the top online digital marketing programs by Search Engine Journal as well. So it's great that we're recognized for the hard work that all of the faculty, instructors, and students put into this program. Christopher mentioned the Capstone Project. Just wanted to have another slide up here. It allows students to practice their presentation, learn effective methods of doing so, get input from other students and the faculty as well in terms of their digital marketing plan and their capstone. And it really gives students a tool to be able to go to that job interview, go back to their supervisor to hopefully grow in their career as well. The other thing that comes along with the digital marketing fundamentals, and also in level 2 that Nick's going to dive a little bit deeper into in a minute, is the career coaching. This is with Sue Shlom. She's worked with our digital marketing students for several years, and I hear amazing success stories with those students after working with Sue. And so this is a free add-on, and in one of your modules, you have the opportunity to sign up for the career coaching because it comes after the program. The digital marketing fundamentals is done. You can kick into the career coaching, and it's an incredible opportunity to leverage what you've just learned, focus that resume, focus that job search, and develop a plan, almost like a digital marketing plan for your career plan as well. So I highly recommend you take advantage of that if you're interested as well. So, okay, thank you, Christopher, for sharing that. We'll come back to you probably in a few minutes. So, Nick, let's talk about, we've got level 2 and level 3. So these are new. We've launched these in the last 3 or 4 months or so, and you've been working with our students very closely. Let's maybe hear first, what kinds of different students are coming to these different levels? And why are they coming in? Deep dive, career advancement, career changing, probably all of the above.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting mix of students that have come through level 2, specifically level 2. Usually there's, for anybody that is here in this session today, if you don't fit into one of these two, that's perfectly okay. Just some of the trends we've seen so far. One is the business owner that's looking to either pivot their business to be largely online, or to make maybe a career change. So these are people that already have some experience, whether it be in marketing or management or something else. And then the other side is the recent graduate, somebody who is just starting in their career and is looking for a credential to add to their resume. And while those are those two types of people are in very different spots in their careers, the outcomes are largely the same in that these certificates, they do give you the actual credentials, so it will look good on paper. And as Nicole mentioned earlier, we're gaining more brand awareness and notoriety so that the UVM Digital Marketing Certificate is going to be carrying a lot more weight in the very near future. But then also, it's going to give you some tangible skills. The intermediate digital marketing certificates here, specifically, I mean, these deal with a digital marketing capstone as well, like Christopher had mentioned in his. And And the goal of all of these capstones is for you to have a true resume builder, something for your portfolio if you are earlier in your career. But if you're later in your career, ideally the digital marketing certificate, the Capstone Project, is going to essentially give you a jump start in moving your business into the online world. Both Christopher and I have a lot of experience in digital, and we're really here as your consultants here on these projects. And so I always talk to my students first off saying, this is not your traditional, this is not a teacher-student relationship, at least for me. This is more of a consultant and more of a mentor, or as my role officially states, a knowledge navigator. So to quickly break down the certificate roles, each certificate type, you have the knowledge navigator, that's me. There's a series of modules through a program called MindEdge, and those are more of the traditional, I guess you would call it more of an online learning course. And then there is a simulation through a program called Student. They're an online publisher of all things marketing, and they do a really great job at mimicking, hence the name, the paid search, kind of the paid search world. I believe those three together, the Capstone, the simulation, and the MindEdge modules, work together to give you a really good, well-rounded, but also high-level overview of a lot of different digital marketing topics. And to go back to what I was talking about earlier, analytics is really deep-seated in all three of those components. You need to make data-driven decisions in the simulation. The Capstone really is based on being able to audit a business and look at their analytics and make future recommendations. And analytics is a really core, one of the more significant modules in the MindEdge program. So really an interesting suite of learning options for you, all which will culminate in a really nice badge or certificate for you that'll be a great resume builder.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's where, and I think Charlotte and Melissa and Kelly were all looking for, and Jacqueline also, the analytics. And so that's where the deep dive can be in the online analytics certificate, is going much deeper into what maybe Jacqueline learned in fundamentals to really hone those skills on the analytics side. So that's level 2. So it's diving deeper into some of these different topic areas with the support of folks like Nick and Christopher, knowledge navigators who are doing the work as well in those simulations also. Then we have level 3. So this is a little bit more focused on the planning and strategy from what I have seen. That's more of the modules walking you through the traditional communications, digital communications, data, budgeting, resources, leadership, like the whole package that needs to happen to be successful in digital marketing. Nick, can you walk us through a little bit more of what you've seen with level 3?
Yeah, level 3 is for the active digital marketing practitioner. Some people will sign up for both levels 2 and 3. They'll go through level 2 first, then they'll go through level 3. But level 3 works with the esteemed Digital Marketing Institute. They're actually based out of Europe, but they have a tremendous series of programs all about the various digital marketing strategies, whether that be something like leadership, leading a digital marketing team, being able to present your findings to the C-suite, but also building a baseline strategy, something whether it be from scratch, or taking an existing strategy and kind of making a pivot so that it is more based on growth, brand awareness, revenue, whatever it be. And this actually culminates in an actual Pearson exam that you'll take. And once you get that, you will get that top line certification. It's really something that is for those who have some experience in digital marketing and are looking really to take that final step, and they see themselves in a digital marketing leadership role in the near future. This level no longer has a knowledge navigator that goes with it, but I am here as support for those students should they have any questions as they go through these modules.
Great. Yeah, thank you so much for giving us that overview. And I know in addition to those modules, there's also a choice of 3 courses. So again, you know, for Jacqueline and Melissa and Kelly, this might be an opportunity again to choose, say, I want to go into the analytics, maybe the customer experience, the UX website design, you know, really looking at how the users are using the interface that we have. So this is the opportunity also to get that broad understanding of what's happening from a strategic and planning perspective, and then also narrowing in on certain topics as well. Thank you so much for sharing that. Any questions? You know, happy to take any questions. We've put a lot of information out there, talked about the fundamentals, digital marketing fundamentals. We've talked about level 2 that goes deeper into specific topics like analytics, social, and Facebook marketing as well. And then level 3 that is focused on planning and execution and strategy overall in digital marketing. Maybe from our folks that are with us today, where do you see yourself? Is it a level 2? Is it a level 3? Or are we starting right back at those fundamentals and working on those core fundamental digital marketing skills? Would love to hear from you. So just up on the screen now, because I want to be mindful of time here, we've got a few minutes left, is okay, you're ready. Which one is right for you? Hopefully we've been able to answer that, and it's sounding like we're getting some level 2s, some level 1s, fantastic. So hoping to clarify, where do you fit into this? What's going to be the best use of your time and resources, of course. And so the fundamentals, the next one starts on Monday. So if you haven't signed up yet and you are a level 1, I'm seeing Kelly, I'm seeing Melissa. I thought I saw another Melissa too, another person in there say level 1. Donald's on level 2. Okay, there we go. So starting on Monday, it's going to be digital marketing fundamentals starting. There's still space. So we would love to have you start with us on Monday as well. And you'll have 8 amazing weeks of our digital marketing fundamentals led with Mr. Christopher Hill and the support team as well. So you're seeing there the price of the digital marketing fundamentals. And then we get into the certificates. And I'm going to zip through these because they all are about the same price in level 2, with the exception of one. So rolling admission. So the digital marketing certificates in level 2, with the exception of the Facebook one, have rolling admission. So you could decide to dive deeper into the online intermediate digital marketing in 2 weeks. And so it's rolling admission. So you can jump in at any time, and you can see that price there of $16.95. The digital marketing online certificate, so that level 2 focused in on social media, is a rolling admission at $14.75 as well. And then we also have the $14.75 for the analytics. And so I'm talking to you analytics folks that really wanted that level 2, the analytics rolling admission. So put it in your calendar, figure out when you're going to start, and let's get you in there and get you going on a deeper dive into analytics. The Facebook digital marketing certificate, it also starts next week. And that one is $3,500. So that one is a more intense. It is 18 weeks. And so it's more intense, longer time. So just wanted to make you aware that that's also starting in another week. So level 3, first of every month is level 3. The digital marketing specialist, the certification through the Digital Marketing Institute that we work with, starts the first of every single month. Takes about 30 weeks. So this is a big commitment. Really got to start looking at the time that you have, because putting it into your calendar, planning for this course will make you successful as well. What does rolling admissions mean? Thank you so much, Donald, for asking that. It means that you can join at any time. It's not a set start date. So you apply, you register for the course, you get into the course through a few little, jump through a few hoops of payments and things like that, and then you're ready. You're ready to start. You're ready to get going. So that's what that really means. Any other questions? Looks like we've got a lot of level 1s. We've got some level 2s. Hi, Robin. I did see you there. So great to see you. I hope that you will be with us on Monday. You got to jump in, Robin. I know that you'll be so great at our digital marketing fundamentals, and you will learn so much from these amazing instructors. So I cannot express enough what an incredible team that we have here teaching all of our digital marketing fundamentals, right, all the way up to level 3. So Melissa asks, are there other levels a prerequisite for level 3? I don't believe so, but Nick, I'm going to toss that back over to you. I don't think there's a prerequisite, but are there any recommendations that you might make for somebody thinking about level 3?
Yeah, there's no official prerequisite. I would say if I had to determine what it would be, I would say you should have been working in digital marketing for at least a year, so that you have a somewhat good baseline understanding of the various digital marketing topics. Now, level 2, on the other hand, you don't really need any background, as long as you are vaguely familiar with the various topics. The Mind Edge modules give you a really good background into it. And to kind of piggyback on the rolling admissions definition, that's something where we just take new signups all the time. Usually I'll be sending you an email. You'll get 2 emails, an onboarding email from UVM, and then you'll get one from me introducing myself, looking for a time to set up a discussion, an intro call via Zoom, so that we can figure out what you're looking to get out of the program, and also for me to answer any questions from you in terms of taking that next step in your digital marketing career.
Yeah, great question. Thank you so much, and thank you, Donald, for clarifying that for us as well. I think sometimes we talk about academic speak, and I realize that doesn't always resonate with everybody. And thank you, Kelly, on our team, from also putting in that if you can't start with us on Monday in the fundamentals, that we will have another course in January starting as well. So thank you, everybody. Really wanted to just I know we're a minute over, but wanted to wrap up and recognize that you've got plenty of other things to do, and hopefully you're headed to that website right now at learn.uvm.edu. Go on to our digital marketing programs, take a look, do a little bit more deep dive into the right one for you. We've got lots of level 2 folks, level 1s and level 3s. We cannot wait to see you in our programs. And thank you so much, Nick and Christopher, for being here and to leading and guiding our students in these programs. We wish all of you a wonderful afternoon, and take care. Bye-bye.